Shalom. The This Shabbat we're gonna read Parashat Tisa. It has many subjects. It starts with how to take proper census. It also has a mitzvah of Mahasita Shekel to give contribution, and then talk about to have a lever in the courtyard, and then how to make the incense, the ketoret, and that the appointment of Betzalel, and then it has a story of the golden calf, and that's why, because it is sad story, the makam of the week is Hijaz, that usually is associated with sad thing. But today I would like to talk about the first part, which is the how to conduct a census. The Torah says that if it's telling Moshe that if you are going to count Bnei Israel, you can't count them one by one. The proper way is that they should give something, and then you count those things that they give, and then you come to arrive to their count. And there is the reason for that. It seems that when we count people, they become like a number. Like, for example, if we say that the population of the United States of America is 310 million persons, more or less, this is the accurate number. I mean, the individual will lose his personality and his individuality. It becomes really a number. The Torah said that no, everyone is Ulam Lo, he's full world. He has his own personality. The one who kills a person, he's like kill entire world. We value the life and the individuality tremendously in Judaism. So that's one of the reasons. The other thing is that we notice that the way to count is, it says Venatenu, that if you want to be counted, you have to give. You have to be a giver, and so it is really not question of being counted. It is like question of count me in, and this is tremendous lesson that we can learn here. The Torah also says that when you're gonna give mahasita shekel, half a shekel. Why it is mahasit shekel? There is tremendous lesson that what we give is not really complete, except when it meets and get integrated with the other mahasit shekel that my brother will give. At that time, we will have full shekel, and with many shekalim, we can have tremendous amount of money. Like we said like we realized in building the tabernacle, because although we value individualism, but individual by itself is really not complete. And as a matter of fact, the Rambam says that mishiporesh min hatzibur en lo helek l'olam haba, that if somebody said, you know what, I don't want to bother, I have enough on my plate, I am fine, and or even if he's not fine, I can't do anything, I don't want to do, this is not good. This can somebody lose his portion in Olam Haba. We also know the importance of the Tefillah B'tzibur, that that when the tzibur, when somebody prays with minyan, this is Sha'at Ratzon, because when Hashem likes people to get together, and we are together, the tefillah would be heard. We know also the story of the Shunamit, that when Elisha, she did a lot of favor to Elisha and Nabi, she hosted him, she fed him, and he told her, what do you need? Shall I pray for you? Shall I talk to the king? She told him, no, don't single me out, please. I am part of my people. So here we can learn tremendous lesson that my contribution, when it meets your contribution, then it will have a tremendous value. Now, it says also the Torah that ונתנו כופר נפשו לאדוני בפקוד אותם ולא יהיה בהם נגף בפקוד אותם. Incidentally, the reason that he said בפקוד אותם and he repeated בפקוד אותם, that Hashem is telling Moshe that the way to conduct the census this time, for that year, is the same as לדורות. That every time you are going to conduct a census, also they have to give, and then you count that things. We explained before why it is so. But also there is something interesting. It says, "V'natenu ish kofer nafsho," that atonement for his soul. And also it says in the same pasuk, "Bifkod otam." Bifkod, it means counting, but also it means task. We do know that the contribution is not really only giving money, because Hashem gave us many things. When Yaakov Avinu said to Hashem, "V'chol asher ten li, aser aserenu lach," that I'm going to give you tithe, and the rabbi said that it means, and I believe it is Rabbi Moshe Feinstein, that not only from what I have money, from everything that you give me, Hashem, I'm going to do tithing, to give the 10%. Probably the most valuable thing that Hashem gave us is the time on this earth. So we have to give part of our time back to the community. We have also skills. Everyone is different. Here it says, Kofer Nafsho. We do know that the soul has more than one name in Hebrew. Nefesh, Ruach, Neshama, Hayya, and Yahida. Yahida means unique. That there are no two souls alike, not even those of identical twins. Everyone has his gift. So whatever, some people like to sing, some people like to play sports, some people like to organize things. Everyone has gift that he should subserve that gift for the good of our communities. And also sometimes opportunities that came about, that we have to take advantage and give back to the community. In fact, this is what we just read in the Megillah yesterday and this morning. I'm doing it on Thursday night, Shushan Purim, by the way, and in Yerushalayim, Leil Purim. Like Mordechai told Esther, that probably that Hashem engineered everything so that he will be in the royal palace just for that you talk to the king on behalf of your people. So we have to give not only money, we have to give whatever Hashem gave us to the communities. And when it comes to charity, I believe there is no comparison to the giving of the Jewish people. We are and especially this is true in the Syrian community, that it became legend in the Jewish communities in general, and for that part in the world. I read the University of Indiana. They have special department about philanthropy, and they analyze who gives and for what purpose and what motivates people to give to certain organization versus the other. And in 2011, 4 years ago really, they published that the list of the 53 biggest philanthropists for that year, 19 of them were Jews, 19 out of 53. But we form really, now if we are 6 million people out of 310, like we said, less than 2% to have like almost 18%, almost 40%, 35% of the biggest giver Jews is really quite remarkable. And also it says that the 5 of the 6 biggest donors are Jews. The biggest one happened to be George Soros, investment banker, who gave at that year $330 million. Second one was Mayor Bloomberg, he gave 280. And then the number 4 and 5 and 6, they were all Jews. They gave around $120 million each. So these 5, they gave $1 billion to charity. Of course, I wish that a lot more of the money went to Jewish causes, but nevertheless, it shows you that we take heed, that we do give. We are people who do give. And of course, not only money that we give a lot more. Today I like to mention only the contribution of Jews to humanity is only in the field of medicine, because I am a physician, and this subject is closer to me than other fields. Like for example, the one who invented the lidocaine, which is local anesthetic, is a Jew. His name is Alfred Einhorn. The person who invented the grouping of the blood, the A and B and O, is also a Jewish person. And for that he got a Nobel laureate. His name is Karl Lowenstein. The person a few years later that he invented storing the blood, because until then, that was in 1913, until 1913, there was no way to store blood. So they have to take the blood from somebody and transfuse it to somebody else immediately. And because it clots and then it will be useless. There is a Jewish person that he invented to add sodium citrate, which is anticoagulant, so it doesn't clot. And it was really perfect timing, because a year later, the World War I started, and without that invention, I bet you that millions more people would die because of the lack of blood. The development of penicillin, we do know the role of Pasteur, but the person who really worked on it to make it useful in terms of antibiotic is a Jewish person. His name is Ernest Chain, and for that he got Nobel laureate in 1945. The one who invented streptomycin and streptomycin, which is another antibiotics, and it is especially useful for those who are allergic to penicillin, and I am one of them. The person is also Jew. Isoniazid, he did not discover the isoniazid, but he did discover that it is useful for tuberculosis, is also a Jew. The discovery of prostaglandins. Prostaglandins are materials that they are helpful to the body to combat inflammation and to regulate the normal body function, like the lining of the stomach, like the function of the kidneys, and so on and so forth, is a Jew. The one who invented the RNA and its role in manufacturing necessary protein, vital proteins, is a Jewish person. The one who invented flexible endoscope, and for that now there is all field in every single specialty that they do it through a scope, is a Jew. The one who broke the genetic code, Marshall Nienberg, is a Jewish person. The one who invented the poliomyelitis vaccine is Jonas Salk, and the one who invented the oral form of the poliomyelitis is Albert Sabin, a Jew. So we can see here that it happened that our people, with Ezrat Hashem, that we give to humanity, even though we are very, very small number, something of substantial that advanced the humanity tremendously. I really just simply wonder how can any person can be anti-Semite. In fact, they should put us on their head. But halakha Isaf Sonet Yaakov. This is really unfortunate that it is sickness of human being to have the bigotry against us. So from here, the first few parashat, we learned tremendous thing. Number one, that we don't count people because they are not things. We count their contribution. We count what they give. And when we do that, the Torah used the Lashon ki Tisa. Tisa means to elevate. And also it talked about teruma. Teruma, although literally can mean separation, but the word teruma means herim, ram, elevate. When we give, we elevate. And every person will feel that when contribute something to his family, to the society, it's tremendous feeling. We do know that no one is complete. We have to have people together, and with multitude we can accomplish a lot. We more importantly probably that it is not question of only contributing money. It is contributing all the gifts that Hashem gave us. And we also say that we, the Jews, we contributed both money and intangibles much more than our numbers. ישראל אשר בך אתפאר ונברכו בך כל משפחות האדמה. And so I again happy Shushan Purim to those who are in the United States. Happy Purim for those who are celebrating it now in the land of Israel. And Shabbat Shalom.